She declared, "I earn more, so I should have more control over our relationship." I replied, "You're absolutely right." Then I stopped covering all the expenses I'd been handling. Her budget spreadsheet the following week exposed the reality. I'm Jake, 29, and had been with Brooke, 27, for 3 years when she dropped that bombshell during what I thought would be a routine Tuesday dinner. We'd moved into a cozy 2-bedroom apartment 6 months ago, not luxurious, but it had exposed brick walls she adored and a balcony perfect for grilling. Rent was $2,400 a month. "I've been thinking," she said, poking at her pad thai. "Since I make $85,000 and you only make $65,000, I should have more authority over our financial choices. It's only fair I set down my fork." "More authority how?" "Like picking our vacation spots, choosing furniture, deciding which streaming subscriptions we keep. I contribute more, so my opinion should weigh more." She wasn't wrong about our salaries. She worked in pharmaceutical sales. I was a technical writer for a tech firm. But Brooke conveniently overlooked everything else I'd been paying for. "You're absolutely right," I said, sipping my beer. "Your money, your rules." She seemed shocked I agreed so quickly. "Really? You're not going to fight me on this?" "Nope. Starting tomorrow, we'll split everything based on our income ratios. Fair's fair." She grinned and kissed me. "I knew you'd get it. This is why we're so great together." That night, I created my own spreadsheet. Brooke had a selective memory about our finances. Sure, her salary was higher, but she forgot the rest. Her car insurance? I covered it, $180 a month, thanks to my multi-car discount. Internet? All me, $95 a month, since I worked from home more. Groceries? I paid for roughly 80% because I did the shopping. Her gym membership? On my credit card, $120 a month from when she was jobless 2 years ago. Streaming services? All 5 on my accounts, $75 a month total. Her phone? On my family plan, $45 a month to save costs. The next morning, I made changes. Canceled her phone line with a text. Porting your number to a new carrier. Set up your own plan by tonight. Her reply was instant. "What the hell? Why? You earn more. You should have your own plan. I'm sure you'll find something better." Then I removed her car from my insurance, sent her the agent's contact, changed the passwords for Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Disney Plus, and Prime, and canceled her gym membership effective immediately. By noon, my phone was blowing up. 23 texts, escalating from confusion to rage to threats. That evening, she was waiting in the living room with her laptop. "What's wrong with you?" "I couldn't watch my show at lunch, and Planet Fitness says my membership's gone." "I'm just following your new system. Since you earn more, you should cover your own expenses. I'll pay 43% of shared costs, you pay 57%, proportional to our incomes." "That's not what I meant." "Then what did you mean?" She stumbled over her words, then opened an Excel sheet. "Look, I made a budget. I pay more rent. Actually, let me show you something." I pulled up my spreadsheet, detailing everything I'd been covering. Her face paled as she saw the numbers. With my contributions, I was paying about $400 more per month than her, despite earning $20,000 less. "But I buy dinner sometimes. Twice last month. I have the receipts. This is financial abuse." "No, this is exactly what you wanted. Proportional responsibility." Update 1. Brooke thought she could outmaneuver the system. First, she tried sweet-talking me, making a big show of cooking dinner, just reheating Trader Joe's orange chicken and acting overly affectionate. "Babe, we both got carried away. Let's go back to normal." "I'm fine with the new setup," I said, eating. "Great chicken, by the way." She slammed her fork down. "You're being childish." "I'm being proportional." "Your idea." Then she went nuclear, calling her mom, Diane, who thinks Brooke can do no wrong. Brooke put her on speaker without warning me. I can't believe you're financially controlling my daughter, Diane shrieked. Hi, Diane. Actually, Brooke decided she should have more control since she earns more. I'm just honoring her wishes by cutting off her phone, by letting her pay for her own phone like an adult. Brooke snatched the phone and hung up. Here's where it gets juicy. Brooke had a big pharmaceutical conference coming up, one she'd been hyping for weeks as her ticket to networking and a promotion. It was out of state. Guess who'd been paying for her TSA pre-check? Whose credit card held her airline miles? Who covered her Uber account because we shared it? Thursday night, she approached me quietly. So, about the conference. What about it? I need to book my flight. Okay. The company only reimburses after the trip. That's their policy. She clenched her jaw. Can I use your credit card for the flight? Why? You earn more. You should have savings. She exploded, yelling that I was sabotaging her career, that I was intimidated by her success, that I was a petty, insecure man who couldn't handle a powerful woman. I ate my sandwich. When she finished, I said, "Done? Jeopardy's on." She threw a coaster at me. Missed. That night, she must have called every friend she had. My Instagram DMs were flooded with messages from her friends calling me toxic and controlling. Her best friend, Kendall, sent a voice note saying I was literally abusing Brooke. I replied to each with, "She earns $20,000 more than me and wanted more financial control." I agreed. How's that abuse? Only one responded, her friend Jessa. Wait, she makes more than you? She told us you control all the money because you earn double what she does. I sent Jessa a screenshot of Brooke's spreadsheet with our salaries. Jessa didn't reply. Update 2. Brooke created her real spreadsheet, presenting it Sunday morning like a corporate pitch. It was on her iPad, color-coded with charts. I've tracked everything, she announced, and look what I found. Her calculations claimed that, factoring in emotional labor and aesthetic contributions, she was contributing far more to the relationship. Seriously. Line items included interior design consulting, $500 a month for picking throw pillows, social coordinator, $300 a month for replying to Instagram comments on our couple's photos, meal planning, $200 a month for ordering takeout, relationship maintenance, $400 a month, whatever that meant. So, actually, she said smugly, you owe me money. I laughed out loud. You're charging me for fake services? They're not fake. I make our apartment a home. You bought 3 Target pillows. It's about the vibe. That's when I hit back. Fine. Then I'm billing you for my services. I opened my phone and listed IT support, $150 an hour for fixing your laptop. Car maintenance, $200 a month. I handled both cars' oil changes. Handyman services, $500 a month. I assembled all the furniture and hung the pictures. Personal trainer, $100 a session. You insisted I coach your workouts. Accounting, $300 a month. I did our taxes. That's absurd, she screamed. More absurd than billing me for pillows? She grabbed her iPad and stormed off. But she made a mistake. She left the spreadsheet open. I noticed other tabs, including one labeled Exit Plan. I opened it. Brooke had been planning to leave me after her expected promotion, detailing how she'd keep me paying her expenses for 2 more months, secure her bonus, then split. She even had apartment listings saved. I photographed everything. Then I texted our landlord about the lease. Since only I had signed it, Brooke kept saying she'd add her name later. I could give 30 days notice any time. I started searching for my own place that day. Update 3. Brooke missed her conference. She couldn't cover the upfront costs for flights and hotel. Her company required receipts for reimbursement, and her credit cards were maxed from maintaining her lifestyle without my support. She'd been living paycheck to paycheck, spending on clothes and nights out while I handled the essentials. Her boss was furious. The conference was where new territory assignments were announced, and she lost her preferred region. She came home sobbing. For a moment, I felt sorry for her. Then I remembered her exit plan tab. "This is your fault," she cried. "I'm going to get fired." "You won't get fired. You just won't get promoted." "How would you know?" "You're good at your job. You're just bad with money." She tried to snuggle up to me. "Babe, I'm sorry about the spreadsheet. It was dumb. Can we go back to normal?" "Define normal." "You know how it was. Where I paid for everything while you planned to leave me?" She froze. "What?" "I saw your exit plan tab." Silence. "That was just hypothetical. Everyone thinks about that sometimes." "Everyone plans their breakup with moving company details?" She started crying, angry tears. "You invaded my privacy. You left it open on our shared iPad. That's still a violation. Like telling your friends I'm financially controlling you when you earn more." She stood. "Get out." "Cool, I already gave notice. I'm out in 2 weeks." "What?" "Yeah. Found a studio near my office. Rents $1,400. Amazing what you can afford without subsidizing someone else's lifestyle." The realization hit her hard. "Wait, the lease is only in your name?" "Yep." "Where am I supposed to go?" "You make $85,000. Figure it out." Over the next 2 weeks, she tried everything. First, love bombing, making coffee, once with salt instead of sugar, wearing the lingerie I got her last Christmas, pretending to care about my video games. When that failed, she tried manipulation, posting throwback Instagram photos captioned, "When we were happy," and "Some people give up too soon." Her mom commented, "You two are meant to be," and "Don't let pride ruin love." Then came threats. She'd tell my employer I was harassing her. I showed her the security footage of her throwing things at me. She threatened to sue for illegal eviction. I showed her the lease with only my name. Finally, she tried bargaining. "What if I pay all the rent? You can live here free." "With what money? You couldn't afford a plane ticket." "I'll get a second job." "You can't manage the first one." On moving day, she followed me around the apartment, wailing, not crying, wailing, like someone died. "You're really doing this? Throwing away 3 years? You threw it away with that spreadsheet planning to ditch me. That was just a fantasy." "So was thinking you could treat me like a bank account." I loaded the last box into my car. She stood in the doorway, mascara streaking her face. "You'll regret this. No one will love you like I did. God, I hope not." Final update. I'm writing from my new place. Small, but mine. No throw pillows, no aesthetic contributions, just my stuff where I want it. Here's the aftermath. Brooke moved back with her parents. The apartment required proof of income, 3 times the rent, to take over the lease, and even with her salary, she needed a co-signer. Her dad refused. "You're 27. Sort it out." She texted me last week. "Living with my parents is awful. Dad charges rent, and Mom won't do my laundry." I didn't reply. Her friend Jessa apologized to me. Brooke had lied to everyone, claiming I controlled our finances, monitored her spending, and made her ask permission to buy things. When Jessa learned the truth, Brooke couldn't afford Kendall's birthday outing and admitted why. She was livid. She owes me $500 from times I covered her because she said you wouldn't let her spend. The promotion Brooke banked on? It went to her co-worker Megan, whom Brooke badmouthed as too plain for sales. Megan now earns $95,000. Diane called me once. "I hope you're satisfied. You've destroyed my daughter's life. She makes $85,000 and has a master's. If she's destroyed, that's on her. She had to buy a used Honda." The horror. "You're a small, vindictive man. And your daughter's a spoiled brat who never learned actions have consequences." She hung up. The kicker? Brooke forgot the iPad was linked to her Google account, so I saw her search history. 2 days before her "I earn more" speech, she'd searched how to get boyfriend to cover more bills, financial manipulation tactics, making partner feel bad about earning less, why higher earner should have control. She'd planned to guilt me into paying more by making me feel inferior. She outplayed herself. Word on the street is she's dating a crypto guy named Corey, who swears his NFT collection is about to go to the moon. Her Instagram shows fancy restaurant photos where her credit card's decline is visible in his sunglasses reflection. Meanwhile, I started seeing Amy from my cycling club. She earns her own money, pays her own way, and splits checks without hesitation. The first time she Venmo'd me for half of dinner, I nearly teared up. She thought it was an allergic reaction to Thai food. "No," I said. "I'm just not used to dating an actual adult." She laughed. "The bar's that low?" It was in the basement. "We're planning a Colorado trip next month, splitting costs 50-50. Her expense spreadsheet is normal. No emotional labor fees, just real costs, fairly divided." My friend asked if I regret how things ended with Brooke. Regret not bankrolling someone plotting to leave me? Regret not funding someone who called me pathetic? Regret standing up to being used as an ATM? I checked my bank account. Savings for the first time in 3 years. Nah, man. Best choice I ever made. Brooke's last text, sent at 2 a.m. Saturday. Corey's NFTs were a scam. "Can I borrow $500? I'll pay you back." I sent her a link to Indeed.com and blocked her. Edit. To those asking how I stayed so calm, I wasn't. I was furious. But I learned long ago that the best revenge is letting people face the consequences of their choices. Brooke wanted financial control based on income. She got it, just not how she planned. Edit 2. For those saying I should have communicated better, I tried. For 2 years I pushed for fair financial splits. She'd say we'd sort it later or it evens out. It only became an issue when she thought she could manipulate me into paying more. Edit 3. No, I'm not taking Brooke back. Stop saying everyone deserves a second chance. She had 3 years of chances and chose spreadsheets and manipulation instead.